Hi everyone, this is Bian Li, founder of the Hungry Lab, and I'm in India today where it's Teachers' Day, and I'd like to say a big thank you to all the teachers out there who are doing amazing work. In particular, I'd love to say thank you to all the teachers in my own life who have inspired me along the way. So I thought I'd create this video, a very impromptu video, to share with you a lesson that was very profound for me from a teacher in China many years ago when I was a struggling student, and she taught me not just the wisdom of Chinese characters, but the philosophy and history behind it in a way that has since influenced how we approach thinking about the world and our approach to education as we're creating a regenerative economy. So in 1995, I had graduated from elementary school in the US, and my parents decided to send me back to China so I could beef up my Chinese language skills. So I was supposed to be going into 7th grade in the US, and because my Chinese language skills were weak, back in China I was demoted to 5th grade. And you can imagine how challenging it was in the beginning months before I adjusted and made friends. You know, I was this big, awkward, shy foreigner, and I caused a stir. I attracted a lot of attention, a lot of stares. People were wondering, who was that person? And luckily though, during the challenging first few months of adjustment to a new school system, a new culture, a new way of doing things, I was able to have an amazing teacher by the name of Guo Guangqun. We call her Guo Laoshi, Teacher Guo. And she took me under her wing and looked out for me. And one day, when I was feeling particularly down and embarrassed because I wasn't able to keep up with the particular language lesson, she sat me down and she said, "What does it mean to be truly smart?" And I looked at her and I didn't know how to answer, because at that time I wasn't feeling particularly smart. And I think this sentiment is shared by many, many young people and students everywhere. When we're told you're not smart enough, or you didn't do well on this exam, or you didn't get good enough grades. And I think a lot of people feel that smart is something that they must be born with. And that's also wrong. And so she asked me this, and I looked at her and she smiled and she said, "Let me show you what it really means to be smart." And today I'd like to share with you that lesson because it really stuck with me for many reasons. So I'm gonna share it in Chinese the way she explained it, and then I'm gonna translate it into English, okay? So the characters for smart in Chinese, I'm going to write it and then I'm going to explain it the way she explained it. 什么是聪明? What is smart? To be smart, 要用耳朵听，眼睛看，嘴巴说，心里感受。如果你日日月月这样做，那你就是真正的聪明。聪明 that's the word for smart, made up of these two characters in Chinese. Now let's break it down and I'll tell you the meaning. To be smart, you have to listen with your ears. That's the character for ears. You have to look with your eyes. And although this isn't the actual character for eyes, she joked that it was a caricature of it. You have to speak with your mouth, and you have to feel with your heart. And if you do this every day, this is the symbol for day or sun. Days turn into months. This is the symbol for month or moon. Then you will be truly smart. So at that time, I remembered how to write 聪明, remembered how to write smart from how she explained it. And through the years, I started thinking more about what she said as we started working with students from around the world, startups, scientists, social enterprise, small business, entrepreneurs around the world, and reimagining and creating the educational foundations for all of these various people to succeed. And everyone has different strengths, and traditional schooling isn't properly capturing all of the talent out there in a way that leverages everyone's potential, because we have very strict, very siloed ways of measuring what we call a success, whether it's through standardized test scores, grades, which in the grand scheme of things don't really matter in real life. And when I look back at what she showed me, a few things stood out. One, the ear to listen is bigger than all the other ones, which means we have to listen more. And it's not just about listening to the teacher or your parents, it's about listening to the world around you, listening to yourself, most importantly, listening to your gut and your instinct, and that inner voice that knows what you're good at and what your purpose is. And so many times, even in my own life, we tend to repress it based on society's expectations or our parents' expectations. And we don't often hear it until it's too late, or we may never hear it at all. So it's important to listen. And these make up the senses. And if you notice, to be smart, nowhere in these symbols is the character for head or brain. So being smart isn't aptitude in the head. It's actually using our senses. It's awareness. It's awareness. And then it's not just awareness alone. You have to turn it into an action. You have to apply what you learn every day and every night. And the application of it is so important, because knowledge just learned in a classroom and not applied, there's so much potential and opportunity that is not utilized. And so many people don't know how to apply what they learn into reality. And so it's really critical to bridge that gap. So it's action, and action leads to achievement. And then, if we go one step further, what is the definition of perception? Perception is actually using all of your senses to understand and observe the world around you. And that's so critical because everyone has a different perception of their world, of their place in it, based on one's upbringing, one's circumstances, and all the experiences that make up one's life. Your perception of the world could be very different than my perception. And in this day and age where it seems that our world is so fragmented because everyone has so many differing perceptions of where our future is headed, it's so critical to expand our awareness and open ourselves up to new perceptions and understand other points of view, and to be able to be more open-minded and more open-hearted to raise the collective awareness and consciousness. And action over time is basically what persistence is. And to achieve anything in life, you have to persist. So this is what being smart truly is. It is the aptitude for awareness, which is perception, and persistence over time. This is what she taught me, and I've applied these lessons in some form or manner since that day. And that's something that I'd like to share with all the young people that write to me every day, sharing their struggles and sharing their hopes and their fears for the future. How do we create and enhance and open up the perception of the future? And how do we persist in allowing more people to create their own opportunities? I'd like to leave you with that, and I'd like to hear from you how, what your definition of how you are smart is, and how you can leverage your own version of SMART to join us in the regenerative economy that we're building for everyone. Because we believe that anyone who is hungry to achieve a brighter future for themselves, their community, and the world should be able to access the resources and the mindset and the platform to do so, regardless of background, socioeconomic status, or schooling level. So I hope you enjoyed that little lesson. I've been requested to do some more, so hopefully you'll be seeing some more videos as I find a chance to do this. But happy Teachers Day, and thank you to all the teachers out there.